there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Prussian campaign. And since last time, I've gone ahead and turned, and I've also done some diplomatic deals. So, as you can see, there's no French armies in Saxony, and that is because I did a deal with France, dealing with all those full stacks was, you know, either it's gonna break my armies down, or it was gonna break me down mentally trying to defeat them all. So I decided I was gonna sue for peace with France. And so I gave them Klevsmark, because obviously they're not gonna recruit. I don't think they can recruit troops, and the province is isolated, so France can't get it, and I didn't make that much money from it either. So yeah, that's pretty good, I thought. But as it was, the peace only lasted for 1 second or 1 turn, but it redirected all their armies away from me, so I got at least some time to breathe. I don't know what happened, but suddenly Denmark and France is actually allied with each other, and I guess Denmark gave up Hanover to the French. Just gave it to them. In order for them to be allies? I'm not entirely sure. I've never seen that. I don't know how that happened. How France suddenly just have Hanover. So that's a rather strange occurrence. And then at the same time, the British Navy was unable to sink the Ottomans. So they've delivered a full stack to our shores. And the Danish, I guess they evacuated the army they had here, or I don't know what, they moved it. I guess they moved it north. And they had another army that came by ship, which I saw. That I think they picked up some troops here before they actually landed here. So Oldenburg is certainly... they've got a lot of problems. So we're gonna bring the Oldenburg army down here, and we're gonna siege this. Which, they get some garrison and some militia and stuff, actually outnumbering the troops laying siege. But I'm not entirely sure. I mean, if the French try to break out, I'm pretty confident that I can probably deal with these guys, or I will at least hold the siege long enough for Blucher to arrive. And Blucher, of course, will just go in, and he will demand the surrender, and boom, pop goes the weasel, and now we're in control of this province again. And he could actually send... guess we could send cavalry to help this. But clearly we're gonna have to defend this area. And I think what I'll do, because there was some suggestions about, you know, the campaign is going rather slowly, being bogged down by a lot of battles. I'm not gaining a lot of ground. I mean, there's happening stuff as in we're having battles, but on the grand campaign scale, not a lot is happening. So I think if the Danish attack first, or we're not going to fight the Danish battle, we're going to fight the Ottoman battle, because that's going to be interesting, because those are new guys. And so I think rather than keep Blucher here, I wonder, you know, it wouldn't take that much, and these lances aren't actually all that good. So I'm going to send over what I think is the Polish, the Towarskri, I don't know how you pronounce that. Lancers are a unique force to Prussia service. These troops have been the Bosniaks in Prussian service, but after they were recruited from Polish. So after 1800 they were recruited from Polish territory. Which, just as I suspected, they're Polish. Remained light lancers, indeed the only lancers in the Prussian army until the Uhlans were raised in 1808. We're gonna send the Polish lancers over, and that's gonna give me a great edge in this battle, because garrison troops are not gonna have an easy time against the lancers. And also the lancers will assume command over the siege. And Blucher has enough movements, so he can actually march and set up to defend the town. And I think these guys now, which, if I'm not entirely mistaken, we recruited here, will take up the position. I don't know if they burnt down the barracks or why the barracks is lowered. I'm pretty sure I managed to build the second stage, or maybe I'm mistaken. I placed this army on this bridge, kind of in the middle, so if the French come through here, he can march down. If the Danish come here, he can march up. And also, I'm building a new army, so we can see I've got lots of troops here. I've got a new general here. We got the Saxon Schutzen troop having been recruited. I look at this recruit. I've got, what, 8 more infantry units being recruited. 9 actually. Even more actually. Next turn we will have, what, 13 new line infantry units. Soon we'll have more cannons and so forth. The treasury is still balanced, so that's good. So yeah, everything's going pretty well. Probably have to exempt these guys from tax. But with that said, we're gonna end a turn, and then most likely we're gonna have a battle here, and I'll probably not be able to out-resolve the Danish one, so I'll just do that one off camera, as it were, or during, and then we'll see what hopefully the Ottomans attack first, so I can deal with them with a proper stack. Anyways, with that said, as I've already stated, let's go ahead and end turn, see what the enemy is up to. Okay, so it is the Danish who strike first, and then the Ottomans will come right after. This one is within range where I can out-resolve it, because most of it is militia units. So that will be quite easily to defeat, but also just look at that commander. He looks slightly, I don't know what to say, but Matthias Olsen is seemingly not the brightest fellow. And seemingly they have no confidence in him either, because they've given him all militia most. So I don't think I have a problem defeating these guys. Maybe what I'll do is I'll show you maybe the highlight of it, or like when we're right in the thick of it, right before I win, and then the main course of this video, which will be defeating the Ottomans. So it just so happens that we were actually able to catch the Danish army off guard, and we've kind of set up this little ambush for them, and hopefully once they realize they have kind of run into some problems, they will go ahead and just break like waves on my defensive position. So I've got a really nice position here, where we've got a stone wall covered with infantry, and then behind that we've got a hill, impassable terrain right here. We got 2 cannons and infantry regiments on top. We've got the light infantry over here, the cavalry out here. There's no way for the Danish to go ahead and win this. So right now we've started opening up with cannons, and somehow we managed to miss all of them with our cannon shots. It's all getting soaked up in the forest. So I'm sending forwards the light infantry to kind of get them to come out. And then the idea is we've got a brigade down here that I can send up into the flank, and then the cavalry here to just sweep at them. Which is what we've done with the rest of the army. For some reason the AI has just stood in place more or less and not reacted until I attacked them. And in that way we have slaughtered the rest of their army, which was surprisingly easy. Or, well, not really, because there was all militia. And we just ran over it. So I'm hoping we can kind of get them to... Looks like at least one unit woke up. But I kind of want them all to wake up here and start running towards my my line. Okay, so we've got a few more. It's the militia that's not really moving. With the light infantry opening up. It's all the normal line infantry, but the militia is just standing there. Which I guess is fine, because we can run them down with the cavalry. Seems like we got their attention, so the light infantry will fall back to its position. And, well, the enemy is not going to have an easy time trying to get us as we're behind the wall. However, we're not really pushing a lot of fire down upon the enemy. But I don't need to. Because, oh, now it seems we have activated the Danish army. And I'll bring in the cavalry from the back. And they'll be ready to just sweep away everyone. So now we'll have canister going from the top of the hill. You know what? I probably want a little bit of extra fire put down here. The guys on the walls aren't doing too well. I like though the canister is actually going over my men. I don't think we're hitting any of our own there.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack.
Probably need a little bit extra fire over here. Not entirely sure why this unit is not firing. Oh yeah, they are. It's just that it's just the first line that's firing. Canister is dealing with these guys. And as the enemy is approaching these, let's kick these guys into gear and flank the enemy. So as the enemy is kind of tied up now with dealing with them, these guys, they're dead with canister. These, however, these will be run down by the cavalry. Right, we got some nice volleys coming in here, breaking this one. And seemingly these guys are breaking just as they are already. That light infantry troop, I know, is probably going to take a bit of convincing to get those guys to leave. But now when the cavalry comes in, I'll tell the cannons to hold fire. So first unit to go is this small sharpshooter unit that gets run over by the dragoons. Next is the center, which is attacked by the Landwehr Lancers. And then thirdly, it's this unit right here getting run over by the hussars. And at the same time as they do that, we'll activate the guys on the front line to storm forward in a bayonet attack. Prussian musketeers, it's all musketeers over here. I guess I placed the grenadiers down on the left. Have the cavalry come in and get this one in the back, as it's getting completely overrun by Prussians from the front. I mean, the Danish got us. They managed to surprise us there in the beginning of the war, and they did take Hanover. But like in the long run, what was the plan really of the Danish? What was their plan? Probably didn't have one. And I just noticed that I lost a surprisingly amount of troops up here, which is probably due to the sharpshooters. target those guys. But otherwise, you can see along the wall, it's not that many casualties. Problem, of course, is it's not that good just because of the that you're not able to put down that much fire comparing to the enemy. The enemy can put down their entire line, and I can put down just the front line. So that's I reduce my firepower just to 1/3, which isn't that great. The Danish here in the forest are holding out, and I wouldn't be surprised if my Landwehr Lancers break. They were just about to break, but the Danish here realized that they're the only line on the field at this point. Oh, they broke anyways. And there we have it. The Danish army was defeated without much ado. So let's go ahead then, go back and prepare for the Ottomans. And I actually got a decisive victory on this one, which I normally never get. It's all close victories. This one I actually got a decisive victory on. So I only lost 500 men, however 200 of those were friendly fire. So really the enemy, the Danish, were only able to take down 300 men out of my 4,000 men army. Out of the Danish army, only 1,066 managed to survive. I think it might have been, I don't know what had occurred so much friendly fire, because I didn't really feel like there was that much. We can see that cavalry is top dog in this battle, mostly because the Danish brought a lot of militia. They strung them out in a long line, and what you didn't see in the beginning of the battle was me routing and just running down so much militia, and they put all their the light infantry and the militia on sort of strung out, and then they had that lump there at the end. So cavalry managed to get about 2,000 kills out of, what did I achieve, 4,000 dead enemies roughly, or even more maybe. Yeah, about 4,000 out of 4,000. That's so many of them were just by cavalry. And now the Ottomans decide they're gonna do their turn, but not actually attack. Oh, what interesting, a Russian Navy made it that far. I'm quite surprised that the Allied nations have actually not been able to break the enemy's sort of navy yet, because it's only Spain and France, and I would think Great Britain would have broken them by now. But clearly not, because there's an Ottoman navy right here. And I can't really help out because, well, I'm Prussia, for God's sake. Mass mobilization. Good. And tons of recruits. Tons and tons and tons of recruits. Which we can set up to a new army. I'm actually planning on doing it in 2 armies. So even though I placed a general here, I could probably drag troops together to create an army there. But this guy is actually going to take charge of an army that is completely comprised of troops from Saxony. So instead what we'll do is we'll drag these troops towards Berlin. All the non-Saxons will be moved towards Berlin. And in Berlin, we'll install a new general, Ludwig von Walmoden Giborn. He'll take command. He's gonna need a lot of cavalry. So I've been able to unlock some of the more deadlier cavalry units. The thing is, it takes so long to recruit them. So because I really need him out on the field right now, we're gonna take, you know what, maybe 2 dragoons, 2 of these. Then I think we need another set of 2 12-pounders for the the Saxon army. And then I don't think I will bother with these guys yet, the Guard Fusiliers, just yet, because they take 5 turns to recruit. Jeez. But look at this, we got tons of troops now. Plus with the Fusiliers and so forth. So very nice. This army is kind of full at go. I mean, I have high enough concentration of troops here now, and France is nowhere close as of this point. So we will go ahead and try to strike out the Danish out of this conflict. One thing that I've actually thought about is making Denmark a vassal of mine. But then I would have to go and take out Norway first if I want to make this place a vassalage. I guess we'll just take Denmark and then we'll allow Sweden to take Norway. Because that would include me taking ships and whatnot, so no, that we're not going to do that. Very nice, very nice. As of yet, I mean, I've made a spy network here if you didn't notice. So I've got good overview of the French movements here, and it looks like they'll take the Tiroler region because they have Soule there. They also have, I don't know here, Louis Baguette de Hilaires is moving to Prague, Bohemia, which we really don't like. Vienna looks safe though, it's got a full stack in it. It's safe for now anyways. Right. I think we're not dragging this episode on too long, which, you know what, I've probably already done it, but whatever. Let's fight the Ottomans. That guy certainly doesn't look very Ottoman compared to his troops. He's got a lot of these sword guys, which we're gonna have to watch out for. They've brought skirmishers, quite a lot. All of these Tatars, quite a lot of cannons, but is mostly howitzers, and then a 3-pounder. It's me, Mario. Kind of looks like him, an old guy, anyways. Well, certainly looks like the picture of Blucher. So yeah, let's go over and take a look at how I deployed my troops. We've got a pretty nice hill here where I placed the cannons. Out along here is all line infantry. What I've placed is the skirmishers right next to the cannons. We'll deploy spikes in front of it. I placed a bomb just in case. I think that is going to be more useful than placing one of these horse traps. Just because of those like sword infantry the enemy have. And yeah, I wonder why they get such a small area where they get to deploy compared to me. I get this big circle and I get this really tiny rectangle. Not that I mind though, because we really enjoy that. And yeah, line infantry here. All my toughest infantry is on this side, the grenadiers and veteran musketeers. We'll see if this pays off. And without further ado, let's go ahead and fight the battle. I'm gonna pull you back just a little bit so we can place these stakes. The Ottomans have even made emplacements to defend themselves. And all our cannon shots go straight towards the enemy cannons. And here are the Tatars, which looks like, kinda looks exactly like the one units in what's it called? Empire. The Ottoman army is moving around a little bit. Not sure where they want to go. I think they realize we've got a really strong position. However, I mean, these hindrance or these barricades, they soak up a lot of my cannon fire. Probably gonna soak up their cannon fire as well. I wonder then how I am to provoke them. By are they making a move on the right? I mean the left. Their right. Let's have the light infantry go up and skirmish a bit. See if that can kind of trigger them to attack me. Right now my cannons are trying to bombard the enemy cannon with no success as of yet. Maybe better to aim for the enemy cavalry. Bounce a few shots on them. The thing is, I've no clue what any of these units are. Because it's all in like Turkish. Like, how am I supposed to know which one are the sword guys at a glance? That's probably really important actually, that I find out which one those are. There, I think. No, that's not the sword guys. That's not the sword either. Which ones were the sword ones? Are there anyone? They looked like there were some of those that just have swords. Okay, I kind of provoked their center. They're kind of coming in on an angle though. An angle which we're not prepared to face, as we took some hits here without being able to respond. However, I do have my cavalry over here ready to swing in, and these idiots move forward into kind of a bad position where they can be swept away. So we got 3 regiments, a full brigade, to lay down fire on these guys. At the same time, the dragoons are gearing up to charge them down. I'm gonna tell the cannons to fire at their whatever target they please. Hold fire so we don't shoot our own men. Let the dragoons do their job. Break that one. Continue through to the next one. Ottoman unit certainly doesn't like that. And they're trying to run away, which certainly isn't going too well. No other unit seemingly is moving forward to aid them. Oh, and they were broke it. However, I'm not entirely sure how long. Oh, there goes their cannon. Okay, we'll retire. I don't think that one's gonna come back. So the Ottomans are very hesitant to move forward here. Thing is, I want to... Oh, no. That wasn't the sword infantry. I thought it was. Where are you hiding your sword infantry? I guess what I need to do is try to find out where they have all their cannons that they're not using at this moment. And destroy them. And force them into attack, because I do not want to advance and find myself at a very close range to a unit that, or to an army that had probably loads of sword infantry. Focus in all fire on the enemy cannons. My hussars has made it in here, but I mean we can't see anything. So if we can't see anything, there's nothing there. Where are the cannons? They're clearly not on this side then. We destroyed just one of their cannons, but I don't know where the other ones are. And I'm kind of... I haven't seen these... what I think is sword infantry. Maybe there was no sword infantry. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe it's just some kind of militia unit or something. I don't know. Huh. And my cannon fire seemed to be quite ineffective. So... I think let's take 4. Armed citizenry. No. Take these 4. Then we'll advance. Plus the cavalry. And we'll make sure that the Ottoman army finds itself in a hell of a lot of hurt. No, you know what I'll do? We'll still move here, but the idea is, as they're doing a straight line, we want the line, instead of tilting out this way, we want it to tilt out this way, in the way of my cannons. So I want the infantry and the cavalry to take a position here. Now I'm kind of splitting my army in the face of a force that might be full of these sword wielding idiots. They're still actually facing, like they're still going this way, which means the enemy is kind of going straight towards me. That guy is opening fire. And what I'll do is I'll put 2 on this side, 2 on this side. Now they're moving. And we hope that they tilt over to this side. Maybe what I'll need to do is make this side not as angled. Where are you hiding all your cannons, Mr. Ottoman? Open fire. Should be pretty nice flank fire. Oh, you're not firing? Oh. Tatars made a faint charge. Ah, here we go. There's their artillery. Well, I dare waste no other unit than the stupid Lancer. But we definitely don't want to kill off them units with these guys out here. So we kind of quickly have to pull back already now, because the Ottomans are coming. Because I'm gonna sweep them away. Okay, back to your original positions. I forgot to get the charge in, but it didn't matter that much because they still succeeded in their plan and destroyed all the Ottoman artillery. Oh shit. Ottoman cavalry is following my troops. However, they're not that clever. Oh shit, the enemy is coming right for the cannons. The general is probably best if he retires so he doesn't get shot. Hussars need to come into the flank. The enemy attack over here is certainly gonna fail, even though there was a bit of a mishap here with the... You know what? Infantry all the way up here. Where are my cavalry units? I don't want this one to come up behind us you're gonna get for that one. You're gonna be placed there. And yeah, the Ottomans marching straight onto 6 12-pounders, spraying them with canister is not gonna do them very good. Look at how concentrated they are on the map here. They're all like here. They all sort of streamed forward, got stuck in the middle. Okay, they're not gonna come back. Let's try to make sure that we get rid of the Ottomans here. I don't want to fight them again. Oh yeah, these are, they've got bows, don't they? It's an absolute slaughter! And it's just like absolute slaughter ground here. Shooting fish in a barrel. Some of their units are doing well. I'm a little bit sad that none of the Ottomans that didn't go on to the bomb. Oh, they're all kind of leaving the field now, and the hussars did their job. So let's go ahead and sweep them all away. And boom! Within 15 minutes, we've utterly destroyed the Ottoman force. I was a bit, I guess I guess it's just healthy to overestimate. It's better to overestimate your enemy than underestimate them.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
And my cavalry is just cutting up everyone, trying to leave. The weak lancers will go here. These guys will go there. You will follow here. The only unit that's left is these Tatars. And if I switch to round shot, I bet even these Tatars are not gonna be left standing. You can see some of their arrows flying. I wonder if they outrange my muskets. Well, now they're gone as well. And it's all about chasing them all down. And there's victory! And this was an heroic victory, which we certainly must agree to. I lost 211 men, while the enemy lost 2,500 men, leaving only 700 Ottomans left, ready to scatter along back onto the boat and hopefully leave us forever. And yeah, it's my turn now. Or yes, it always was my turn. I wonder if they'll aid each other. They shouldn't, because they're not allied, are they? Ooh, that's an easy pick. 200 men, boom. This one's also easy. 275, boom. Prussia, the hero of the day, absolutely destroying the enemy. He destroyed 2 full stacks, 1 Danish and 1... I guess I could even send cavalry over here to help these guys out, but I think what we'll do is we'll have Prussia march down and make this official and destroy them that way. So yeah, pretty good fight right here. Now we'll have to march up to Copenhagen, destroy them. What I think I'll do is the continuing strategy is to lay low, build up the forces. Going this way against France is, you know, that's really gonna be, you know, pushing my head into the wall and just pounding it until it gets destroyed. Either my head or the wall gets destroyed. So I think we'll try to keep a defensive line here and kind of try to aid the Austrians in one way or another. But then the plan would be to blitzkrieg through here and go and take Paris and take over and liberate as many regions that I can and just destroy for France. I think if I have a lot of forces, I mean, I can move through Belgium. So I think if I have an army here, it is within marching distance of Paris. I can go within one turn. I can go pang, pang, and pang. Just blow the French out of the water. Kind of cutting these guys off from their supply route. So many provinces lost. France going to be hemorrhaging money. Problem is we're probably not going to hold it, so maybe I'll just torch Paris and I'll just get tons of gold for that. Probably remembered in history to a bloody bastard by setting Paris on fire, but that's how we do it. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I see you guys for the next one. Bye!